Hey, what's up, 8th grade? How you guys doing today? All right, so today we're starting something new. So I need you to write down this definition. Today we're going to start learning about what's called the Pythagorean Theorem. And the Pythagorean Theorem, why is it called that? Well, the guy's name who wrote it was Pythagoras. That was his last name. So Pythagoras wrote this. And what it is, it's an equation to find missing sides of right triangles. All right? So this only works with a right triangle. So, well, we have to know what a right triangle is. And you guys should have learned that back in 6th grade. So a right triangle is a triangle that has a right angle. And we know a right angle is 90 degrees, right? Now that angle is going to be very important in what we're learning, all right? So, we're going to learn a bunch of vocabulary words today. The two shorter sides of this triangle that are touching the right angle are called the legs. All right? And we also call those sides A and B. All right? Now it doesn't matter which one's A and which one's B. You could switch those two. All right? And remember, those two sides are touching the right angle. Okay? So then there's the one more side that's longer. And it doesn't touch the right angle. It's across from the right angle. And this side we either call C, or they call it the hypotenuse. So these are words that we have to know. We have to know this word hypotenuse. We have to know the word legs when they're talking about the shorter sides, and the longer side is the hypotenuse. Now these names only apply to triangles that have a 90-degree angle. Everything we're learning about the Pythagorean theorem only talks about right angles or right triangles like this. Okay? So, if we know two of the sides, we can find the third. We can find the exact measurement of the third. And we do that with an equation. So the good thing is you guys already know how to do, you basically know how to do these equations already. It's all stuff you already know. There's nothing really new for me to teach you except the specific equation, right? So this equation is a squared, or a to the second power, plus b squared equals c squared. All right? And those letters represent these sides, A, B, and C. Okay? So I need you to write all that down. This is the Pythagorean theorem. So how he figured this out, I have no idea, but he did. And it always works. And it always works with the right triangles. So get all that written down as neat as you can, big in your notebook. Make sure you spell hypotenuse right. Make sure you spell Pythagorean theorem right. I'll give you guys a minute to do that. Okay. Okay, so let's look at one of these, okay? And we're actually going to solve it. And I'm just going to use this triangle right here. All right, so we know that's a right triangle because it's got it'll always have this little square here. And that square means 90-degree angle, okay? All right, so I'm going to put some measurements for these sides. And we're going to find the missing one. We're going to say that this side is 9 inches long. And we're going to say that this side is 12 inches long. And we're going to find the missing side, right? And we know that the missing side is our hypotenuse. It's the longer side, right? So I'm going to put a C here. So we know these sides are A and B. Those are your legs, right? Remember from the picture? And this side is not touching the right angle, so it has to be the C, or the hypotenuse, all right? So now all we do is we write down our equation, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Draw our line. You guys have been doing that all first since 6th grade, right? And then we plug these numbers in for A and B, because they're touching. It doesn't matter where I put them. I could put 9 here, I could put 12 here, I could put 9 here and 12 here, it doesn't matter. But I can't put them where C is, okay? So I'm just going to write 9 squared plus 12 squared equals C squared. All right, then we just solve it. Now, the biggest mistake everyone's going to make is they're going to say 9 times 2 is 18. 12 times 2 is 24. You've got to remember that this is 9 times 9. So this is 9 times 9, which is 81. This is 12 times 12, which is 144. And we still don't know this, but don't forget the squared, C squared, okay? Okay, so we add these up together. 144 plus 81 is 225 equals C squared. Does that mean our answer is 225? No, this doesn't look like 225, does it? No. Plus, we know how to get rid of this squared. That's what we have to get rid of. We know that x squared, if we say x squared is 25, that we have to find the square root, right? We did a bunch of these at the beginning of the school year. Now we could say it's also -5, but this is a measurement of length, so there's no negatives in this one in particular. Okay, so we have to find the square root of 225. And what do we do? How do we do that? Well, we start guessing. Is it 10? Nope, 10 times 10 is 100. Is it 12? Nope, 12 times 12 is 144. Is it 13? Nope, 13 times 13 is 169. Still not close. Let's try 15. 15 times 15. Oh, yep, that's what it is. 15 times 15 is 225. So my answer is just square root, those cancel out, 15. C equals 15. All right? So that's how we solve these. They're a little bit tricky, just because they're actually not that tricky. This is all stuff you know how to do already, okay? We just got to make sure we're doing it right and doing it in the right order, okay? So let's look at another one. We'll do one more together, and then I'll give you guys some of these to try. Now, in the ones I'm giving you now, we're only going to be finding C. Later on, we'll find A and B. We'll do that the next lesson. Okay. All right, so here we have another right triangle, right? We got to write our Pythagorean theorem. Now, what don't we know? We don't know C again, right? The longer side. This time the right angle's up here. They flipped it upside down. But the right angle's still here. So this is A and B. We don't know C. So I'll leave that as C. I'm going to put my 6 in for A. I like to put the smaller one in for A. Doesn't really matter though. Put the 8 in for B. And we just solve it, right? So is it 6 times 2? No, it's 6 times 6. 8 times 8 is 64. Right? Add them together, I get 100. Pretty easy stuff. How do we get rid of the squared? Square root, right? We all know the square root of 100 is 10, right? 10 times 10 is 100. What's my answer? 10 meters. All right, so I'll give you some of these to try. Good luck.